Hi, my name is Paul Morris, and I'm going to be talking about the Biological Reserve Earth Connection Center and all the different sustainable techniques that we're using. So today I'm going to be about ovens and rocket stoves. So they're high efficiency and they use very little wood, and you get good cooking results from them. And we're going to be talking about other things in the future, so please join us and subscribe to our channel so we can share that with you, and enjoy. Our first stove was made with concrete blocks, forming a small heat chamber with many air leak deficiencies. This experiment didn't last long. We also improvised a campfire as a stove to cook some things. The second attack at an oven was a metal barrel that served as a heat chamber with wood heating it underneath. The heat inside is very good. The downside is keeping the fire constant to make it work, which increases the amount of firewood. It was time to do something better and permanent. The first step was to level the ground and shape the base and foundation with rocks from the property. We took advantage of the stone wall to serve as a support in the process. We used only rocks that are found in the place. The second step, making the foundation for the base of the oven. Next step is to raise the stone wall to shape to support the structure. We took advantage of the space to build a bar next to it to prepare food. The next step, prepare a wooden formwork and place a steel rod structure. Once the structure is assembled and the filling is made with a mixture of cement, lime, and sand. The thickness is approximately 6 centimeters. Make sure not to leave any air bubbles or empty spaces. It is left to dry for 24 hours and a mold is put back together to make a bar around the entire perimeter of about 7 centimeters high by 7 centimeters wide. This bar will serve to fill the space with crushed glass bottles that will be for thermal insulation. After filling with glass, a layer of cement 5 centimeters thick is put, and the same wooden structure is used that has not been removed from the previous process. Once dry, we raise a small circular bar that will serve to contain the clay from the dome. It will also help us to assemble the oven door frame. The frame is made previously. Having made the frame, we begin to shape the inner heat chamber. We do this with wet sand to make it easier and firmer. The space we leave between the sand and the concrete circle is about 15 centimeters, which will be where we put the clay mixture. We give it the desired height, ensuring the sand remains well compacted so that it can withstand the weight of the clay without collapsing. Once finished, it is completely covered with the damp newspaper to prevent the sand from sticking to the clay we are putting on it. To make sure it retains its shape, by giving a light layer of very dilute cement mixture. The two that will be the respirators are placed so that the smoke can escape. It is ready for the next step. In the frame, we place some recycled metal bars that will serve to support the oven door. Now we have the materials ready. Clay and vegetable fibers from previously chopped grass will be the most important elements for the mixture. They are mixed and water is added until the paste is firm and consistent enough. The clay is to be applied in several layers. The first one should be approximately 6 centimeters thick and will be applied firmly in one section. We make sure that it is well compacted without air gaps and preventing it from drying out between applications so that no cracks form in it. Here we are patting it down. Everything's done by hand. We're getting there. We let it rest for 24 hours before applying the second layer. Once the first layer is finished, with our fingers we will press in the clay that is still wet to make shallow holes so that the second layer can integrate well and does not move. This time the second layer will be at least 9 centimeters thick. We must be sure that the material is enough to make the same layer in the single session. The kiln begins to take shape. We make sure that the clay is flush with the circular concrete base that we previously made. In the end, the rustic finish is left. You just have to make sure that the surface is even. In a third and final layer, a layer of clay will no longer use vegetable fibers. It is only clay with 10% lime so that it is ready for the last finish. After having rested for at least 24 hours, we can begin to remove the sand from what is now the heat chamber. This we do very carefully. We're slowly removing the sand. We make sure that the interior is completely clean and let it ventilate a little before lighting a fire. Here you can take a look inside. It's finally time to try it. The dome structure is now completely rigid and has lost most of its moisture. We light a fire to start heating the oven and test it. Little by little it increases the temperature efficiently and quickly. The temperature of the surface of the dome did not have a single increase. The thermal insulation is perfect. Once it was clean and cured with the fire, we continue with the final finish. To protect the clay from the elements, a mixture of white cement with lime is applied to achieve a smooth finish. The touch of color is achieved with the use of a natural pigment extracted from the bark of a native tree from the Yucatán Peninsula, the chucum. Chucum is a highly appreciated resource in green building activities due to its property of being a very stable pigment. It is a perfect sealant for walls, pools, to which it gives a turquoise color to the water, and in countless other uses. Once finished and dry, the result is incredibly beautiful. The final color is unmatched. It is now the turn to fix the floor. Once the stones have been chosen in place, we begin to shape this garden kitchen. The floor is ready, and next to the oven, the construction of the rocket stove is already started. It is a circular base with 2 windows, the upper one for supplying firewood and the lower one for cleaning the ashes. Once the desired height is reached, we make a mold around the upper part to finish with cement. We put a bucket in the center as a tube and leave the free space. And this is the result. The edges of the top have been polished to give it a smoother look. It is time to try it. The main characteristic of a rocket stove is its high efficiency in the combustion of wood, reaching very high temperatures with very little dry wood. It has an insulating vertical chimney which ensures complete combustion before the flames reach the cooking surface, resulting in a very low polluting gases and minimum ash generation. Let's see how it works. You can see it's a super hot stove. It's really great and powerful. See, it's not using a lot of wood.